we play with USA is tough match really, and both we play very good.
The first match we start a little bit nervous against Spain, but I think today it's a new day and it's a bonus match for us, and we hope that we win also the second round.
We play with them first time we are going to play, and we work against same like we play with USA. Yeah, but every match is different situation, you know. Nobody know what happened.
I hope we will play better this match, because with Spain we make a lot of mistakes, especially at the start of the match. And if we want to go to the quarter-final, we must play better.
Yeah, very happy if we go to quarter-final. We first time for Qatar team to go quarter-final, and we hope we go to the quarter-final. Yeah.
If we win, then it's really nice, and it's a bonus match.
So two teams looking to keep their underdog stories going. It's Czech Republic against Qatar, and Jim Weiss has shown a clean pair of heels. He's in the commentary booth, and for this match he's joined by Phil Yates.
Thank you very much indeed, Ed. Yes, Czech Republic against Qatar. The Czech Republic took advantage of a lot of mistakes from Spain in the first round. I can't imagine that Qatar, after their confidence-boosting win over the USA in round one, will make quite as many mistakes as that. I was impressed with the way that Qatar completed victory over the good old USA. A lovely banked 8-ball followed by a 9 from Hussein, and they were celebrating, Jim.
Yes, they were, but sometimes, Phil, when you win a match like that, an unexpected win
the lag.
It can put you under pressure too, because all of a sudden the expectations rise for Qatar and the Czech Republic. I'll tell you what, Roman Hibbler and Mikhail Gravenchuk, well, they are as experienced as any team here. Represented the Czech Republic in the very first World Cup of Pool, and they're hungry.
Well, that could have been a lot worse. Ball's in, 2 on.
Yes, Roman with a terrific break. And the break so often can be a weapon. A lot like I've said it before in the past, a lot like having a big drive on the golf course or a big serve in tennis. He's having a good look at this too. It does look like it is available to the bottom corner. Well, apparently not. Just a containing shot from Mikhail, and a good one.
I think the game plan for Gravenchuk is basically to play safe when there's any kind of risk attached. We saw that in a very important rack against Spain. He could have potted a 6-ball, elected to play a snooker on it instead, and it paid off.
Agreed. Know your role, play within yourself, and if you feel like your partner's in the zone,
Extension call.
well, then set the table for him. That's what partnership is all about. Very awkward bridge here. He's got to get over the 8 and the 9. Oh, cue ball finds a corner pocket. That will be costly.
Start the clock, please.
Roman Hubler, 37 years of age, from Kisleg in the Czech Republic. He's the most experienced member of this particular side, and he's been to the last 16 of the World 9-Ball Championship on 2 occasions. He's won a Euro Tour event in Villingen in Germany. He's won the Paris Open. Basically a good partner to have.
Just a little firm, but no problem. Fully expect Rome to knock this in. Maybe be able to get a little closer to that 5. Oh, a bad miss early. Almost looked like a funny contact. You know, giving him the benefit of the doubt, it just looked like this skidded a little bit. Phil?
Well, immediately he played that shot, I thought it was a skid, or what we call a kick in snooker. And the telltale aspect of it, it was undercut. You never see a kick where the ball is overcut. Not that Qatar have any sympathy whatsoever.
Beautifully played by Majid. Well, they call Majid the Black Mamba, becoming very well known in taking Qatar to the first rack.
And it was one of those racks that can have a big bearing on any match, because the Czech Republic know they had a golden chance to win it. And this was the skid, kick, whatever the terminology you use, that cost them indirectly the lead. Instead, Qatar are off and running.
Yeah, you've got to put that one out of your mind. And they've got the experience, does the Czech Republic, to do that. They knew the first rack was theirs. And sometimes unforeseen things just happen in this sport. But as you already noted, Phil, Qatar could care less. They're here with one goal in mind: progress to the quarterfinals.
Rack 2, Qatar to break, leading 1 rack to 0.
Ball into the side pocket. And a chance at the 2. Now position from the 2 to the 3 is going to be tricky. 1 straight into the side. That's a target ball when these guys use this cut break.
Doesn't want the 7 to intervene. Oh, I think it's blocking.
Oh, it's close. He may just be able to spin this enough to flick the 3 in off the bottom cushion. It's close. Just played with a lot of right-hand spin as he looks. Well, a lot of conversation between Bashar Hussain and Waleed. Yes, that was the shot. Very nicely played.
Sometimes when you're forced to put spin on like that, it can compromise position. There, it didn't do any harm whatsoever. Tell you what, Jim, he's got a very fluid back arm, and that means he gets through the ball really well, Majid.
Yes, he's a lot like Shane Van Boening. Very loose, generates a lot of cue power. He's got long forearms. And they're looking good early. This was far from an easy rack. And you know, it's funny, even though Majid is 5 years Hussain's junior, kind of takes the lead role, doesn't he? He's had a lot more success individually. No, that was a bit dangerous. A little closer to that side pocket, I'm sure, than he would have liked, but no problems. Rack number 2 follows rack number 1. 2-0. Qatar over the Czech Republic.
And they're looking for a personal best this evening. In their first 5 visits to the World Cup of Pool, they didn't survive the opening round. But last year made it to the last 16. Could they go another step in 2015 and get to the quarterfinals for the very first time? Not just a big moment for Qatar, but also I think a big moment for Middle East Q sports in general.
Waleed no longer under the radar in any high-profile events. In the Czech Republic, they're well aware of what a powerful player Waleed Majid is, becoming one of the best players in the world.
2 racks 3, Qatar to break,
He hasn't hit 30 years of age yet. And look at that break. Crunches them. He got the 9 moving. It looks like it's just going to be a push out here. But nicely controlled white. Plenty of power.
Push out cold.
Well, only one safety option here. Just using the 5 and the 9 as cover and just bumping the 1 ball to the right-hand side of the table. And that's if they want to take it or let Qatar shoot it.
Please. Start the clock, please.
Well, I'm not surprised that Qatar are taking this, or being forced to take it. It's full of risk.
This was the only shot. Well, he got a double kiss and hasn't worked out too bad, really. Pretty good shot. Good reply, that one, from Roman Hubler. All about the speed.
If you're wondering, by the way, the letters on the back of the Qatari team, QBSF, it's Qatar Billiards and Snooker Federation. Host nation of the World 9-Ball Championship for a number of years now, of course, and they also hosted Q Sports when the Asian Games was there. The Chinese snooker player Ding Junhui among those well-known faces winning gold medals.
Mistake. A mistake from Mikhail. He always knew he was going to be sending that 1 towards that corner pocket. He had to avoid the traffic and get down table, and he didn't.
It's a 30-second shot clock in operation in this tournament in every match. And when the referee, in this case Nigel Rees, is asked to clean the cue ball, it comes out of the allotted time. So only 6 seconds left now. Played that just as the beeps came in, but he wasn't put off in the slightest.
A very confident young player, Walid Majid. Never touched a rail. And with that, they really have this rack at their mercy now. Well, he might have had to play that with a little bit of spin, so that was almost a mistake from Hussein. Looks very calm and businesslike, doesn't he, Walid?
And he also gives the impression that he's got confidence in his partner.
Well, they're off to a dream start. This 9 secures a 3-0 advantage. Qatar over the Czech Republic. One-way sailing right now, and it's all favoring Qatar. 3-0. Coming to the fore, we'll be seeing the Philippines and England B later on tonight.
Well, here the 3 ball is in, and there's a clear path through to the 1 at least. I don't think there's a clear path through for the 1 to be potted, mind you. He's a dynamite banker, there's no doubt about it. No direct pot on, so uses the cushion. It was the 8 ball that he doubled to effectively complete that 7-5 win over the USA in the first round. He loves those shots.
Oh, his bridge hand moved as soon as he struck that. Usually a sign of nerves. That's all right. Walid will be there to let you know. No problem, partner. But see that bridge hand? As soon as he struck it, went for a holiday.
He was very jittery when he potted the 8 ball in the previous rack, even though it went in.
No, they just haven't settled in yet, the Czech Republic. They're very accomplished players, make no mistake. They just haven't had a chance to get in and get acclimatized to everything yet. And if Qatar has their way, they won't. Wow. And look at that shot. Fantastic. Billiard onto the 9. I guess that's why he was giving his partner the clenched fist. No worries, partner. I'm there for you. Look at that shot.
Well, again, it's that old combination we keep talking about, Jim. Imagination and then execution. Loads of running side. Thank you very much indeed.
Brave shot. Takes a lot of confidence and a lot of courage to play a shot like that. They know it.
And bear in mind, in the last 16 of this tournament, it's only a race to 7 still, so Qatar are more than halfway to where they want to be. There you see on Walid Majid's shirt, Sandcastle Billiards. You might think, coming from a desert nation, that's one of the home venues. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's in Edison, New Jersey.
Yes, and one of the home venues for a real good friend of mine, Pat Fleming, who shoots a lot of his AccuStats stuff from Sandcastle. Terrific. Walid Majid, sponsored by Sandcastle. Look at that break. Oh, that's unlucky. Very unlucky. Just crushed that break.
Start the clock.
Yes. He and Mario, he are the two for me that just, I mean, you feel sorry for the balls after they break.
Juvancic potting the one. They need some quality table time.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure how that 3 is positioned. Certainly Roman has had a look at it. Looks like it might go into the side. Might even pass into the top right corner from that overhead view. That's the key ball in this rack. Yeah, I think they're going to be taking an extension. They need to look at this a little longer.
Extension call.
Well, if this 3 passes into the side and he's dropped on it with this exhibition shot, that defied the laws of physics. It does go. Good shot from McHale there too.
Well, that positional shot there is the kind of shot you expect to see Jimmy White play in a snooker exhibition when he's already won the frame.
Plenty of angle to get the cue ball back up for the 7. And a real look of determination on McHale's face. Yeah, there's no way the Czech Republic was going to be going quietly into the London night.
Obviously, Jim, the scratch on the break for Qatar was an important moment in the rack. But the shot of the rack, without any question, was Hubler's position onto the 3.
Still a steady stroke required to deposit this 9 and open their account here. He gets it. Roman and McHale avoid the whitewash. 4-1. Still they trail. They'll break in rack 6. How about that effort?
After he played it, it looked like being nowhere, and then all of a sudden it gripped the cloth, and as Jim so eloquently said, it defied logic.
The ball's being hand-racked in this year's Dafabet Whirlpool Cup, and I mean, that's allowed for a few nines off the break, which you normally expect anyway, regardless, but
Iraq 6, Czech Republic to break. Trailing 1
players
rack
every
to 4.
now and then will check the rack, not so much for what's touching, but what isn't. They're so well versed, they'll determine what side to attack the rack from, given that. But it is a science. This a nice break, very nice break. 2 balls down, an open shot at the 2.
There wasn't a lot memorable in the Czech Republic's win over Spain, apart from a very poor performance by one of the Spaniards. The other thing I remember about it, 2 absolutely crunching breaks from Gavenkiak. He can do it, you know, when he has the ball there and has to split the pack, he does so with gusto.
Well, that's a little too close to your work. Well, running for cover. And by the look of it, trying to duck in behind either the 8 or the 5 here.
Call.
Just depends on the contact that he wants from the 3. Got to be careful. He knows he might be leaving a shot at the 3 if he doesn't get behind one of these colors.
Mark Gray was saying this afternoon when he was in the commentary box that this table is running really, really fast. And for someone like Gavenkiak, who doesn't play an awful lot of televised pool, so easy to overrun a shot as he did there.
Needed to be lucky, and he's left the 3 on. Nice angle to take the cue ball back up for the 6. Well, they've really seized the initiative away from Qatar here.
Yes, and the transformational moment was the scratch on the break in rack 5, wasn't it? In the last 12 months, Kavenkiak's biggest success individually was winning a tournament in his home country called the Pardubice Open. Now, Pardubice is well known as having one of the world's great steeplechases, rather like our Grand National. Winning the World Cup of Pool is all about jumping obstacles as well.
Good shot. Qatar opened with a 4-0 advantage, but the last two have gone the way of the Czech Republic. 4-2 confirmed here at your call in the race to 7. A lot of curious and very interested eyes will be taking notes this evening. Some of the heavyweights following in. And the Czech Republic, well, they've played themselves back into contention in this match. Nine heading to the side, just about. The 6 in the corner. At least one ball down. It was almost the 9.
Yeah, 6 in the corner, and also if you look, the orange 5 ball, I think, just about found gravity right at the end there.
Yeah, a long distance shot here on the 1, just off straight. A real test of cueing for Mikhail. And as the balls sit right now, that 4 ball in the middle of the table, just above the 8, represents a problem. Good open shot. A lot of work to do here yet, though. It's a tricky 2. And Roman just trying to explain to Mikhail exactly how he wants to go about it and get his input. Certainly doesn't want to open up the 4 here. That would mean he won't have position to the 3. So if he is going to open that 4 up, it's going to be off the 3, assuming he gets the 2. Look out, look out. Couldn't possibly legislate for that, Phil. He hit that 2 ball as pure as he could.
Start the clock, please.
The distinctive sound of a player disgruntled. The butt of the cue being driven into the floor in disgust.
Now Basher's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to weld the cue ball to the 8. Oh, nicely played. Very nicely played.
Good look there at that loosey-goosey back arm of Walid Majid. It's a a style all his own, but it works, apart from the fact there that the cue ball is a little too close to the side cushion. So the pot on the 7 shouldn't be a great issue, but he might leave a little more distance on the 8 than Majid would have liked. Oh, played it forcefully and very well.
Yeah, he couldn't hit that one any better. Oh, a tricky 9, though. Missable under pressure. Oh, wiped its feet before dropping into the corner, but thankfully for Qatar, it did. 5-2 over the Czech Republic.
Well, that was an alignment issue as he got down on the 9 there. He was playing with a lot of left-hand side. I was worried that he was overcutting that. Maybe he didn't realise he was putting the side on, but he was. Just about went in off that near jaw. A source of immense relief for Bashar Hussain.
Yeah, they can breathe easy now, though. And they will break in rack number 8. So unlucky here, though, for Roman Hubler. This was an extremely well-played shot. That could easily have gone wrong. Well, 1 drops, and he can see the 2.
He's played brilliantly so far, Walid Majid, but what an examination this is.
Well, it was never going to be easy. Kind of played half-heartedly, knowing he really wasn't going to leave anything easy for either Roman or Mikhail, even if he did miss that 2.
Extension call.
It's a 30-second shot clock, and so sometimes players can feel restricted, but you've always got the option of taking one 30-second extension per rack per team, and that's what the Czech Republic have done here.
What a shot. What a shot from Roman there. That is how you win matches with your team. They really do look like they've settled down. They're starting to enjoy themselves out there. Those faces don't look like they're etched in pressure anymore.
Well, it might seem strange, Jim, but I think you might agree with me here. I think even though they're 5-2 behind, possibly making it 5-3 anytime soon, I think the Czech Republic in this match have played a higher standard of pool than they did when they won 7-3 in the first round against Spain.
Well, he can let his cue out on this shot too. Side cushion, and back for the 9, bottom right. They're keeping Qatar in their sights. 5-3. They still trail by 2. But those 2 can be erased very quickly with a couple good breaks. But what a bank shot to lay the foundation for the victory in that rack. A very brave shot from Roman Hubler.
And with these short races and winner breaks, there's always hope. No matter how far you're behind, no matter who you're playing, there's always a degree of hope.
I'm not sure what they're laughing at, but maybe Nigel Reese, our referee, had the balls. I've seen sometimes where the referees put the 9 on the corner on the wing ball, and you'd like them to leave it there. The wing balls, the balls that a lot of these top players target off the break.
Yes, golden breaks are rare, but today we've seen 2 of them. And we didn't see any at all in the first 3 days of this competition, so maybe a third's in store at some point this evening.
Rack 9, Czech Republic to break, trailing 3 racks to 5.
He really winds it up. Well, it was a good break. Problem, cue ball and the 2 ball at opposite ends of the table. And looking at the remaining balls on the table, this too is the key ball in this rack already. And that just means you've got to be extra careful. And this is a very, very tough safety from here. So much so that Roman is even looking at pushing out into an area where the safety is a little bit easier. But you don't want to make it too easy.
Push out call.
Where Qatar can come in with an aggressive safety option.
It looks like at times the most simple shot in the world to push out, but there's so much involved in it. Such a lot of thought process. I think the most important thing with a push out is to be fully committed to the choice you've made.
Well, I think where he's just knocked that 8, if nothing else, he may be able to play on the right-hand side of the two, thin, knowing the 8's a bit of a blocker.
Set the clock, please. Start the clock.
You know, swing the cue ball off 3 cushions, 4 cushions, and drop somewhere down around where the 9 is.
Right at the start of the day, Jimmy, you made the point that on the vast majority of push-outs, it seems, players are put back in. And that assessment has been vindicated by what's occurred here today.
Well, Roman actually tried that. He tried to cut that in. That was a high-risk shot, to be sure.
Well, it was asking plenty, wasn't it? It wasn't as though the Qataris laboured over their decision. They made a quick one. Give it back, so they didn't fancy the shot at all.
And that miss could prove very costly for the Czech Republic. Strange decision. Well, there's a little work to be done here. He's just wrong-sided his partner. Got to get back down the other end of the table for the 6. That cue ball is going to be traveling. And you've still got to get from the 8 all the way back table for the 9 too. So there's definitely a little work to be done here. And not to mention he's got to try and snick this in with the rake. And if any of the pool players do have an Achilles heel, it's usually in the form of this implement.
Extension called.
And the overriding reason for that, Jim, as you well know, they use it far less often than their snooker counterparts because of the smaller dimensions of the table.
Boy, he hit that as well as any snooker player would have been proud of. Slow rolled it. He actually looked pretty comfortable with it. Wouldn't surprise me if Bashar has played a little bit of snooker in his career. So here's the big shot. From the 8 to the 9. You just got to guard against that cue ball finding a pocket. Now, how well did he strike this?
This to get onto the hill. No mistake. And so Qatar lead 6-3. They're doubling up on the opposition. And of course, they break in rack 10.
Teams looking to see who will oppose Japan in the quarters. Yet to come, we'll see Finland and then England B against the Philippines. I think it's fair to say, Phil, the break hasn't been too kind to who's ever been at the table. Just not getting any flow going and able to string racks together.
That's right. Dry breaks haven't been too common. Balls have gone in for the most part, but what after? Here, only the push out again. And when you're on the hill like the Qataris, the one big wish is that you break and have a roadmap to victory.
I just don't see any value in this shot. I'd be surprised usually when they take this long. I've said it before, they almost always bring the other side back.
Reset the clock, please. Start the clock.
Well, in the previous rack, the Czech Republic were put back in after a push out. Hubler took on a very difficult 2-ball and missed it.
Extension call.
What will Hussain do? He's given himself the luxury of an extra 30 seconds. A move that makes sense.
Yeah, there's just no value in any aggressive option on this one. He's just got to try and bank it up on the left-hand side, not leave a shot on the one to the Czech Republic. Well, we didn't want to hit the 5 with the 1, but there's nothing easy with this.
Extension call.
Yeah, you might as well take a bit more time now. Resettle yourself.
Both knees bent. Tall man. Looks a bit ungainly on this. But the result, in terms of the pot at least, spot on.
This was a terrific shot, deserving a better position, but he's left Roman an equally tricky 2. Center pocket. Well, I don't think Roman can get on that line from here. It looks pretty straight. Even if he spins it and loads the cue ball up with a lot of right-hand spin, he may be able to get out near the middle of the table. Oh, he's got a little bit of angle. Cheat the pocket, and he did. This may spin too much. Well, thankfully for him, it spun too much. Got past the 8.
Screw and reverse side, widen the angle considerably. He didn't play it below the black, but he'll take it.
Well, he's going to have to play safe here. Just a thin clip on the right-hand side. Here, no choice, and he's got to hurry. They've already used their extension. So to give himself time to set and line up on this shot, got to rush a little.
Now the one fail-safe shot here would be to come very thin off the right-hand side of the 7 and just flick it in behind the 8. But of course, playing that shot, you risk missing the 7 altogether, and if you do that ball in hand, it's goodbye to the rack.
Disappointed not to have snookered the Czech Republic here, and he may have just bought his partner a world of hurt. Good chance to get that cue ball in behind the 8 now. It was a poor effort from McHale. Wow. And he's left himself the angle on the 8 to come back down for the 9. Gavenchuk knew he should have snookered him. And now he wishes he had.
History repeating itself. A double in the clinching rack against the USA for Qatar. A double here as well. And Hussein pots the 9 ball across the top cushion. Yes, as he did against the Americans. Qatar are through. It's a milestone victory for them. For the first time in their several visits to the World Cup of Pool, they can say, we are quarter-finalists.